So hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Greenwich Hill Homestead. My name is Tammy, for those of you who don't know me. We're in the kitchen today. I'm really excited about doing this next recipe that I'm going to share with you. I tried it for the first time a couple days ago and I wanted to make sure that I did it right, and they turned out fabulous. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about easy homemade bagels. I always thought the bagels were a little bit intimidating, you know, that you've got to get the right chew and the right, you know, consistency of that, that inside, you know, that we all know and love. But I couldn't believe how easy this recipe was. So I have to share it with you. And I know you're going to love it too. I'll share the recipe down at the bottom, but I did write it down just so I don't forget any steps. But it's, again, it's really easy. All you need is flour, sugar, salt, and yeast. Flour, sugar, salt, yeast. Of course, your water, and any of your choices of toppings. So you can pre-prepare that if you want to do grated cheese. I'm doing the everything bagel that I got here from Costco. I'm going to do that one. Some people do not sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. And so it's really up to you on how you want to do the topping on them. Or you can just keep them plain, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to be doubling, if not tripling, the recipe, because making six, this recipe only makes 6 at a time. I'm going to be freezing a few of them. So the other day when I made them, I did do the 6, and I just thought, you know what, they turned out so good, I'm going to make more. So when Joe gets back, he loves having cream cheese and bagels with tomato and things like that. So I sent him a picture of what I did, and he said, oh, sure, they're going to be gone before I get here or get back home. And I said, no, I'll freeze them up for you. So I'm going to have some available for him for when he gets home, and he'll have those for breakfast when he goes to work. I'm not sure why I'm sounding raspy or, you know, but excuse the voice. But again, I'm going to be doubling it for sure. Most likely, yeah, I'm going to just double the recipe for me. So, but I will tell you exactly. So you can write it down if you want to as we go, if that makes it a little bit easier for you. Okay, so we're going to start out with 1 cup of warm water. Now this isn't hot water, but it was boiled earlier and I just let it cool off to a good temperature. So this is 1 cup of warm water, and then we're going to follow up with 2 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. A little tip for you to keep your yeast fresh. I put it in this Ziploc baggie, and then I keep it in my freezer, tucked away up in the top shelf. Okay, so 2 teaspoons of yeast. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2. Now remember, I'm doubling it, so I'm going to do that again. Just mix that yeast up there in the water. And now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Again, I'm doubling it, so I'll be doing 6. So that was 3. Just whisk that a little. Okay, so now we're going to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using the pink Himalayan salt. Okay, now we're going to move on to the 3 cups of flour. So I have my little bucket here. 2, 3. The recipe calls for you to mix all this together. I'm going to be using my mixer. You can do this by hand, so if you don't have a mixer, that's okay. Just take a wooden spoon and start mixing it until all the ingredients like start forming a ball. And then you're going to take that out and put it on the surface, a floured surface, and you're going to knead it. You're probably going to knead it for 7 to 10 minutes until that ball of dough is smooth looking and well uniformed. You don't want it sticky or tacky. Put that down. this up and I'm going to let that mix. You see how that's coming together, just like that? Now I can take this out and start kneading it by hand at this point. Okay. On my stand mixer, I let that knead for 5 minutes. And it should come cleanly off your hook if you're having a stand mixer, if you have a stand mixer. Okay, and should come out clean, your bowl, okay, and smooth. So I'm just going to kind of roll this out into a nice ball, because that's one thing that stand mixer doesn't do. So I'll just knead it a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to transfer this over to the other table. I put some flour here on the table. And this is nice and smooth. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this back in the bowl that I just took it out of. But I'm going to spray it so it doesn't dry up. Actually, I don't want to spray it. I want to use the olive, like an oil, so it doesn't dry up the dough. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little bit of olive oil, just sprinkle it on there. Coat the bowl, put that in there. Tiny bit, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Just rub that on the dough. Okay, so that should be good. Now you're gonna you're gonna cover this with a damp cloth. Set it for an hour. Let it rise for an hour. I like to put it in a warm spot, and the spot that I do it is in the oven with the light on. So if you've got a warm spot in your kitchen, just put it there. If not, I think the best spot is in the oven. The heat isn't turned on yet, so in the oven, just with the light. Okay, so I will be back in an hour. Okay guys, it's been an hour that the dough has been rising. I'm going to take it out of the oven. Ooh, looks good. A little bubble there. That's okay, that's going to be awesome. So what you're going to do is you're going to punch out the gas and get that going, okay? So I'll just do that. And then we're going to put it on the floured table there. And we're going to cut this up. Because I doubled it, I'll cut this up into 12 pieces, but you would cut yours up in 6 if you're just doing a single batch. Okay, so make sure that your ball is uniformed. Your dough is in a nice round circle, and we're going to cut this into... Now, if you were doing it in 6 pieces, the recipe, you can weigh them out if you want, and I think they're approximately 150 grams or something. I could be wrong. Hold on. It says around 110 grams each. Now, I guess we could do that to make sure that we're even. Okay, so I got my scale out. I'm going to cut that in half. Cut this in half. And because I'm doing 12, okay, I just want to see what that weighs. 169, so we want 110. It's 120. Okay, 110. So you're going to take this and you're going to roll this into a ball. Okay, so a nice ball. I'm going to take the rough edge at the bottom and kind of just pinch it so it's smoother on the sides. And I'm going to use that as my guide where to poke my hole through. because I want this top to be nice and smooth, right? So I'm going to take that and I'm going to use my thumb, poke that down in there until I go all the way through. Bring my finger here, and then I'm going to stretch it and roll it like this to make the middle bigger, like that. Okay, so put that on the cookie sheet over here, and we're going to keep going. So just kind of tuck it in underneath itself so that you can make a nice ball, and then now you can roll it. Okay, so there's my first 6 ready to go. Now, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to put 2 tablespoons of honey or brown sugar, I'm using brown sugar, in that large pot of water, and we're going to bring it to a boil. Okay, I've already kind of been preheating that water, so it takes forever. Okay, and that's going to dissolve. So we'll bring that to a boil. Okay, the water's come to a boil, and we will start putting them in here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put 2 in at a time, and they're going to only be on both sides 25 seconds. Okay, so 25 seconds for each side. Okay, now you're going to flip it to the other side and do that for 25 seconds. Okay, so get a cookie cooling rack out. I'm just putting it over top of my sink, and I'm going to pull these out because you want the water to drain off them. Okay, and I'll get the rest of them done, and I'll be right back to show you the next step. So you're going to take egg wash. You're going to take 1 egg with 2 tablespoons of milk. And you're going to mix that together. And after you've pulled them out of the water and let them drain a bit, you're going to brush this on. Okay, and then you're going to put your choice of spice on it. I'm doing the everything bagel. I got some in here. Okay, so, and now you're going to put them on your cookie sheet, and you're going to bake them at 410 for 20 minutes. Okay, let's get these babies into the oven. So that's what they look like before going in. $410 for 20 minutes. This is weird. I ended up with 15. So they're not done. These are waiting to get into the oven. So I'm not sure how that happened, but whatever. I'm not going to complain. Okay, the timer just went off. Let's take a look at these babies. Woo! Oh, they look good. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get them on the cooling rack. Look at that. Oh my gosh, these are perfect. Look at that one. Perfecto. Oh, looky, looky, looky. Look at that. Homemade, fresh bagels. So I'm going to get the other ones in the oven. Be right back. So that's it, guys. I am so happy with these. They turned out amazing. and they smell so, so good. I can't wait for Joe to get his teeth into these. When he saw the picture, he was just ecstatic. He said, wow, they look amazing, honey. So I'll get these in the freezer once they're cooled off, and they'll be waiting for him when he gets home. So got another week before he gets home, and I'll just be doing a bunch of baking while he's gone, and I'll bring you along with me, okay? So thanks again for taking the time to watch my videos. Everybody, I really appreciate all the viewers that I get and my subscribers. We're just a young, new channel, but we've been growing pretty quickly and faster than I thought. So, and that's thanks to you guys for liking the content and things like that. We just keep it real here, nothing special, and we're just sharing our journey of our homesteading here at Greenwich Hill, and we just love sharing it with you. So we'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome week. Take care. God bless, and bye for now.